Hi, it's Joe. Welcome to the Quilt Report. Well, I know what I said. I know. What I'm supposed to be doing with the Quilt Reports is going through stuff at my studio. I got hundreds of things there, and there's all the time in the world to be doing that. But I showed a detail of this picture online yesterday or a couple days ago, and it proved to be intriguing, I guess, to a lot of people. And I don't think about it too much. It's hanging right here in my wife's Zoom room. It's in fact her background for when she teaches Pilates classes here in her Zoom room, her online classes. And here's the deal. What happened was many years ago, would have been at least 20 years ago, maybe 22 or 3 years ago, I heard that there was this thing called a computerized quilting machine. And I was kind of depressed when I found out that what people were doing with these computerized machines was just edge-to-edge quilting or using stuff that somebody else designed for them. And I thought, this is this fantastic tool for creativity, and I could do something better with it, or at least something different with it. And so it was years long, me learning the software and everything, until I finally had a chance to do what I wanted to do, which was an all-over quilt. You know, the software that you get with these things thinks that you're doing blocks and borders. So what you're going to do is tell you it's a 12-inch block and a 3-inch lattice strip and a 12-inch border and so on. And then it just fills it in for you and does it automatically. So what I wanted to do was an all-over quilt. And what I wanted to use was this picture that I had taken with my first digital camera of a house on Lake Street in San Francisco here. See, it's a very nicely done house that an architect obviously had a big hand in and designed all just so. And then this tree in front of it keeps you from seeing a whole lot of the house. I wanted to call it Nature Always Wins. But what I did was I took this photograph and broke it into 130 7.5-inch squares with the car and everything at the bottom. And you can see that behind me here, the whole image, right? There it is. I can't really see the car too well. Let me see if there's the car at the bottom. I thought I would just show you some of the close-ups so that you can see what it's really like. Here you can see at the top some of the house with the thick trim boards around the top, the curvy stuff there. And then the tree. I mean, with the early software, these leaves were a real problem because you had to draw one side of the leaf was a curve, and then you'd edit that curve, and then draw the other side of the leaf, which was just a simple curve, and then you'd have to edit that curve. I mean, it took forever until I finally found a way to do this with a Wacom drawing tablet and a digital pen. Now I use an Apple Pencil on my iPad. But that's how I made all these leaves, thousands of leaves. And I did this without any training, so I didn't understand how difficult it was to have starts and stops, that it really slows down the machine. So I tried to fix, I've done this quilt twice. The original one is at the Handy Quilter headquarters, because once I did this at Handy Quilters, Handy Quilter invited me to be the artist in residence to make this quilt. And once I made that one, the first iteration of this, I gave it to them. And they gave me a quilting machine, which is really the coolest thing in the world. It changed my life. So you can see the doors and the tree trunk and the shingles. You really get a feel for what this house is like. And I'm very proud of it. But I haven't really exploited the things that I hoped to exploit with this process, which is, for instance, I could make a series of these with different colors of fabric or the same color of fabric, whatever I wanted to do. I could, I could make bigger and smaller versions of this and so on. So you can do a lot of things. You can do almost anything you can think of with this robotic quilting machine. and I'm an evangelist for this technology. And thanks to Handy Quilter, I have my computerized Fusion that I keep using. After about 10 years, I'm still using it, and it's just a great machine. So I recommend checking in with Handy Quilter. All right, I'm going to thank you for coming by here in my wife's Zoom room at home late at night. I'm making this video, and I'm going to say thanks for stopping by. I'll see you next time.